Okay guys, so here we have the 10-minute stretch program. We're going to hop straight into it. So the first movement is a child's pose, where we're going to start with our feet together, our knees wide, put our hands out in front, push our hips back towards our heels, and just let ourselves sink down towards the ground, holding that position for about 30 seconds. So deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, push your hips down, and just let yourself sink into that position on your out breath. Nice and relaxed. This is a great way to end the day, this little stretch program. It only takes 10 minutes. And after 30 seconds, we're going to pop up to our hands and our knees, like so, and place one hand through like that, and then drop our ear down towards the carpet, and just let ourselves rotate through our upper back and shoulder. So hips up, nice and high. Push this hand through as far as you can, and then hold that position. Few deep breaths again, roughly 30-second holds. Then come back up and swap to the other side. So thread that one through, looking towards that hand, and rotating through your back and shoulders. Few deep breaths in and out. And then after 30 seconds, back up into that 4-point position. Then we're going to roll over onto our backs, put our hands out to the side and do our lower back stretch. So bring one knee up, drop it over to the side of our body, trying to bring this knee down towards the ground, but your other shoulder remains in contact with the floor. So we're holding that position there. Nice little one to rotate through your upper and lower back. Maybe stretching through your hip as well. Few deep breaths, letting yourself stretch into or ease into the stretch as you breathe. Then up, we'll swap sides. So my left leg goes straight, right knee up, right hand out. Drop across and hold that position there. Deep breaths in and out. Let that knee and foot sink down further to the ground. Try not to let your shoulders come off the ground, so keep yourself pinned down to the floor with your upper back or shoulders. And after about 30 seconds, release. And we can go into stretch number 4, which is a hip flexor stretch. So we're going to be on our knees, 1 foot forward, then it's going to push forward through our hip. So we're not aiming to be forward like so, we're just aiming to stay up relatively tall, but push that hip forward, keep our back up nice and straight. So you should feel that stretch coming down through the front of this back knee that's on the ground. So we're just going to hold that position for roughly 30 seconds. Up nice and tall. You can also add in a little bit of a twisting type movement if you wish. Not necessary though, we're aiming for the hip flexors, so you can just do the hip flexors. We are going to swap to the other side, so other foot comes forward, pushing this hip at the back, so the one that's on the ground, forward again. Getting your chest up nice and tall. Stay nice and relaxed through the other parts of your body. You can have your hands on your knee if you need, and I said before you can have your hand up nice and tall just to aid in the stretch a little bit, but it isn't necessary. If you're getting enough of a stretch in that position, just hold that position. Number 5, we're going to kick back into a hamstring stretch. So with this one, we're staying in the same position. This foot in front just comes out a little bit further, and we're just going to push our hips back and then come forward over the top of that leg. So you should feel that coming down through that hamstring and calf. Keep yourself up nice and tall. Try and get your hands in contact with the ground or something to support. And again, just taking some nice deep breaths, 30-second holds. We're just going to do 1 set on each side. Nice, and we'll come back up. Swap to the other side. Get those hands down towards the floor, pushing back through your hips. Try to maintain a nice neutral back position so we're not hunching forward. If you are tight, you might need something to just lean on. Yoga blocks are a good example, or if you have a table next to you or a wall that you can hang on to, that's fine. You can use that as well, but if you can reach the floor, just use the floor. Again, 30-second holds, really driving back through your hips to feel that stretch coming in through your hamstring and even maybe down into your calf if they're a little bit tight. So about a 30-second hold, and then we'll release. The next stretch I like to do is an adductor stretch, so it's inside of our legs. You can do this 2 ways. I like to go against the wall. That's the version I'm going to show you. So you can bring your feet together in nice and close, get your hips up nice and close to the wall. Then your hands are free. Just apply a little bit of pressure down to the top of your knees to get a stretch through the inside of your upper thigh. Good job. Stay up nice and tall. Few deep breaths. Try not to lean forward. That's what the wall's for, so keep your back up nice and straight. Just opening up through those hips. After about 30 seconds, continuous pushing down. Doesn't have to be major pushing down, just a little bit of resistance so you can bring on that stretch a little bit more. We're going to release, then bring 1 foot forward. Come away from the wall just a touch. Bring a leg over. We're going to hug our left knee to our right shoulder and then twist to the left just a fraction so we can feel a stretch in through our glutes. Again, I've harped on about it. 30-second holds each side. That's just to ensure we're getting the most out of this stretch program. After about 30 seconds, release, come to the other side. Right knee's coming to my left shoulder. I'm up tall, I'm twisting towards my right side, feeling the stretch down through this glute or hip. Wave it in through your lower back a little bit. Again, after about 30 seconds, release. Feet up straight. We're now going to go into thoracic extension, something I prepared earlier. Grabbing a rolled up towel or a foam roller. Grab one of those if you don't have one already. And then from there, we're going to put it underneath our upper back like so, and then drop our upper back over the top. We're just going to hold for 20 seconds in each spot. So try and keep your lower back nice and flat to the floor. Hands up your head if you can. If you're experiencing shoulder pain, you may just need to have your arms across your chest. But if you can, have your hands up nice and high. So roughly 20 seconds. A few deep breaths. And then release. So coming back up. Bringing towel or foam roller down a little bit more. Again, over the top should be in a slightly different spot, but still in contact with your ribs and upper back. And just taking a few deep breaths in and out. It's a nice one to open up through your upper back. Especially if you've been sitting for a long period of time, working from home especially. And release that one. We're going to come back up. Last one we're going to do is in the standing position. So standing on up, and we're going to be doing a forward fold. So we're going to have our feet roughly hip width apart or shoulder width apart. Turn your toes slightly in towards each other, and then from there we're going to fold forward from our hips like so, pushing our hips back, keeping our back straight, and then trying to come forward as far as we can. And then back up to standing. Slowly pushing back down again. Release your hands. Get your back nice and straight. Keeping your knees back. Don't try not to hyperextend, just keep them relatively straight. And then coming up again. Last one we're going to do is a bit of a curl, so you're going to put your chin to your chest and then try and slide forward. So this time we are rounding our backs. And just let yourself hang at the bottom there for roughly 10 seconds. And then curling back up. Nice and slow. So there you have it, team, the 10-second stretch program. Hopefully that one helps you decrease some total body tightness and get you ready for a nice little stretch down. Cheers.